Hey you guys, this is Erico. Happy New Year to you guys. We are starting off this new year and I hope that everything turns out better because last year I have no words. It was a complete, utter, hot mess fest. However, let's talk about Demon Slayer and its wonderful year it had last year. It became the highest grossing movie in Japan. I looked and I saw that the original one was Spirited Away, and Spirited Away had been the highest grossing movie for 2 decades. I love Spirited Away, don't get me wrong. But you mean to tell me with all these other movies that were coming out, Weathering with You, Your Name, that this movie was never dethroned? This movie came out in 2001 and it stayed queen for 2 decades, and then this movie, Demon Slayer, pops out of nowhere and dethrones it. And it was a very tight race. Demon Slayer only sold like 1 million or so more. But this was a huge big thing because not only did this movie do this, but it did it during a pandemic. So you wonder, how did this even transpire? How did this movie manage to bring so many people into the theater? While Miss Rona was saying, no, 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 I will make you all sick. Japan has had very strict social distancing rules, so a lot of businesses have stayed open. The movie theater never closed. And people still go there, they just sit away from each other, they wear their mask, and this movie opened and a lot of otakus and a lot of anime fans were very excited for this movie. Let me be completely honest with you guys, I do not know anything about Demon Slayer from a can of paint. And it's not that I don't know of this anime, it's just that I haven't latched myself onto it yet. I know it's an extremely popular anime. I know a lot of people love it. And the most that I've had interaction-wise with this anime is seeing it in the bookstore, picking it up, and seeing that it seemed like it was going to be a really long series, and I was like, flip through it, put it back on the shelf. The art didn't really look like something that was to my taste, but I decided that I was going to go ahead and I bought Season 1, Part 1 of the North American release, and people were crying that it was so expensive when it first came out. Don't ever buy anime that is brand spanking new because you will be paying an arm and a leg. $50 is way too much for part 1 of a whole series. So I waited, got it at a discount price, and I'm excited to start. I want to see what the hype is about. I've heard people say it's one of the best animes of last year. I've heard other people say that it's alright. I know that it's about revenge and demons killing this boy's family and him hunting them down and wanting revenge. It seems very feudal era Inuyasha type vibes, and I love anime like that, so I'm definitely gonna check it out. I've heard different reviews about this movie. Some people said it was really good. People apparently were crying during the movie, and I was like, oh, is that emotional? You all felt that it touched your heart so much? I'm intrigued. Other people said it was really slow and kind of boring and only picked up during the last few minutes of the movie. I was like, oh. I mean, some people, especially people that are like action meatheads, they're like, we always need action right away. We don't care about deep storyline and character development and things like that. I'm the type of person, if it's interesting, then I'm all for it. I love seeing a flushed out character. I love seeing dialogue, and then you can lead into the action. I want the story overall to make sense. So how they promoted this movie without having all the promotional meetings and greetings and getting people together was they had a lot of tie-ins to restaurants, different franchises. They had cute desserts and foods, and I just could look all day at all of these cute things that they had for this movie. Now mind you, they do this for a lot of anime, but they went hardcore for Demon Slayer, and all of the things that you'll see, the banners and all the promotional posters, it was because they know that this anime has such a big fan base and people were hyping up the release. So I was just blown away by all of this cute promotional food and pictures, and you can get mouse pads and all these figurines, and you know Japan always goes full out for their anime because it's a part of their culture. But I just felt like that this time around they really went for it and it paid off. And this movie is a big deal. They said that they brought a lot of money last year to Japan, and it definitely helped the Japanese market and economical standing. So this is definitely a big deal. I think it's cool that this movie touched so many people and that it was such a big opening and that so many people went to see it amidst this pandemic, and everybody saw it safely and there was no problems. Nobody got sick. And I hope the movie is good. I hope that the series is good. I'll probably look at the manga digitally because I don't see myself reading it physically. It seemed like a whole lot of storyline. Heard the story wasn't really that complicated, but I'm ready to get into it. You guys, how do you feel about Demon Slayer the series or the movie? If you watched it, put below your thoughts. I would love to see them. Follow my social media, mostly my Instagram. I'm also on Twitter every now and then. I did a commercial. The link will be up here. My music video will also be up here. And remember, be real, stay real, live in the real, and I will be back. Love you guys. Peace and love. Happy New Year once again. Stay safe, y'all.